Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're all doing well. Just going to wait a minute and see if anybody pops on. I'm also going to turn this on my phone just so I can see comments if anybody's around. So I just really want to pop on tonight. If you pop on, just say hi. And I want to talk a little bit about my own health journey and do some education on the endocannabinoid system and talk about why all of this CBD stuff is going on right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And if you watch the replay, feel free to leave me a comment too. And feel free to ask questions as well. And because I'm an independent affiliate, hi, how are you? Crystal, nice to see you. Because I'm an independent MDC and HempWorx affiliate, there's some words that I can't say, even when I'm talking about my own health journey. So you may have to use your imagination a little bit as we go along. I'm not sure about my journey, if I ever really was well, if I ever really felt well, even as a child. And I'm not going to go into it like all of my history, but let's just say I ended up with overall body discomfort, and that's the word that rhymes with rain. And I was always super tired. My immune system wasn't good. It needed support. I've been through chemo and radiation and multiple organs being removed, and all of this left me tired and whole bunch of other issues. So I was technically disabled about 12 years ago. And because I had always lived a corporate life, corporate America positions, and I tried what I feel like was everything to feel better. And so for the past 2 years, I've been running my own energy healing business. And in January of 2019, so just this past January, um, a friend of mine approached me with HempWorx CBD oil. And I kid you not, after the first drop, I knew it was for me. Um, After that one drop, I remember I took it and I wasn't stiff. Like I got up off the couch and I wasn't stiff. Like I didn't want to like groan. And it was incredible. And for somebody who had not felt well for such a long time, like I'm really in tune with how I feel, how my body feels. And it was like my body was thirsty for this oil. And after a few doses for me, I was no longer in any discomfort and I was sleeping really deeply. A sleep like I had not felt in a long, long time. And it was that point that I was in. Like I was all in, I was saying yes to the products and the business opportunity. And as a healer, this was a service I could really wrap my head around, helping people who felt like there wasn't any other way than pharmaceuticals and providing people with hope. And then witnessing them experience similar results. It was truly a blessing. And it's a blessing every single day that I get to do this work. For me, it's a dream job. So now what I'm doing is I'm leading a team of people, and they've all said yes to beginning their HempWorx business. And I couldn't be more thrilled with it all. Every single day, it's really awesome. So, well, back to how I'm feeling. If you've seen my post, maybe my fungy toes are gone, and that really wasn't something that I was focusing on healing, but that's the great thing is it just goes where your body needs it to go. I'm super grounded. For me, like I always had this feeling like I wasn't totally in my body. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that. Hey, Lacey. And there's really like a sense of peace when you take, like I thought I was peaceful before, but I really feel like in a real zone after taking this oil. And it's just kind of like everything's okay. But I can focus, like I'm focused without fog. And I've only had one severe head um, discomfort. And I'm really hopeful. And these are the types of things that I've been experiencing. So I just wanted to share that with you all. And there are other positive experiences that myself and my family are experiencing. And you may see them post about. I posted about my husband the other day, and I'm going to be doing some lives around those too. So in order to kind of get how supplementing with CBD works, I thought it was important to understand the background and some basics. So let's talk about the difference between hemp and marijuana, because there's a big misconception. Hemp is not marijuana. There's a difference. Hemp and marijuana are two types of the cannabis plant. Hemp only comes in one variety, which is cannabis sativa. And marijuana comes in two varieties, cannabis sativa and cannabis indica. And what separates hemp and marijuana is how they're grown. And marijuana has high THC content, which gives the psychoactive effect or high. It also has many compounds that are good for the body. Unfortunately, we all can't take it legally. And hemp plants are high in compounds called cannabinoids, like CBD. It has strong fibers for industrial use, and it contains 0.3% THC or less. Now, both THC and CBD do have properties that supplement things in the body, but we're talking hemp today, which again has 0.3% THC or less, and it's rich in cannabinoid. Okay, cool. So we know that hemp is different from marijuana, so why now? What's up with everybody talking about CBD? Well, let's talk about the history of hemp for a minute. So hemp has a very deep-rooted history in the United States, and it's one of the oldest industries actually on our planet. It goes back more than 10,000 years to like the beginning of pottery. And American farmers were legally required to grow hemp during the colonial era. And the American flag was made from hemp. The Declaration of Independence was drafted on hemp. So back then they had it going on. In 1937, Congress passed the Marijuana Tax Act, and that effectively began the era of prohibition, and this included hemp. So they got that wrong. And as part of the war on drugs and this prohibition, research studies were funded on what this drug did in the body, because they were hoping that, all this bad stuff was going to happen. But actually, that's not the case. So it led to the discovery of the beneficial compounds of this plant. And then that led to the discovery of this system that we have in our bodies called the endocannabinoid system. And this was in the 1990s. It's actually only taught in about 10% of medical schools today. And that's why when people go to their doctors, a lot of doctors, they just don't know it. And it's because they're not taught. So all of this research continued, and in 2014, the federal farm bill allowed hemp in certain states for research, and one of the key states was Kentucky. And Kentucky initiated the current hemp movement that we have today. And then in 2018, President Trump signed the 2018 Farm Bill. And that specified hemp as an industrial byproduct not to be recognized or criminalized by the DEA. Awesome. So that just happened, right? So now we have this legal plant with all of these benefits, which are called cannabinoids. And we all have cannabinoids in our bodies as part of our endocannabinoid system. So what does that all have to do with how we feel? Well, I'm going to tell you. So our endocannabinoid system is home to a vast network of cells that have cannabinoid receptors on them. And there are many different types of cells that have these receptors, and they're scattered all across our brains and our body. And they're located actually in practically every system of the body: the central nervous system, the immune system, circulatory, digestive system, reproductive, respiratory, endocrine, lymphatic system, and muscular system. And our endocannabinoid system, it's unique. And the reason why it's unique is that it has like this cell-to-cell check, making sure that not too much is happening in the body before accepting more stimulation or creating more messages. And this is really important. It means that our endocannabinoid system is completely self-regulating. So it's a self-regulating system, and its only job is to always maintain homeostasis or balance. For example, our body doesn't want its temperature to be too hot or too cold, and or blood sugar levels too high or too low, and so on. So it maintains blood balance, and it does this by sending these messages, and it's always checking to make sure that everything's in balance, everything's smooth, everything's cool, and to confirm if anything needs to be rebalanced. And then when it finds a problem, it regulates it by sending further instructions to these receptors. And those receptors then adjust how we feel and how we think. So not only is our endocannabinoid system responsible for this, but it also helps our systems work together. So from one system to another, and it regulates some of our body's most basic functions. And I'm going to list them, but it's basically every body system that we have: the immune system, cardiovascular system, digestion health, mental health, eye health, even including like intraocular pressure, memory and appetite, discomfort, that word that rhymes with rain, but I can't say it, and movement, body temperature and skin health, and more. So in a nutshell, we all have this system, this endocannabinoid system in our bodies, which hasn't been fully supported now for, a long, long time. Now we can legally do that, right? So that's awesome. And the system helps to maintain health on a cellular level. So in virtually every system of the body, from the brain to the skin, it's reacting, adapting to the continuous changes and the stresses in our life that our body encounters. So let's talk about when our endocannabinoid system gets out of whack. Well, you may realize if your endocannabinoid system is out of balance, and you might know it right away, but most likely not. And you might know it, basically when you have a system failure. For example, if you walk a long while to work, like let's say you walk 7 miles to work, and you hurt your ankle. Well, normally your weight was balanced evenly on both legs, but now you're limping. And so one leg has to take almost all of the weight. Now, even though your weight is imbalanced, you're able to walk because your body found a new temporary way to adapt, right? However, if you don't heal that injured ankle and you continue limping, the strain could irritate and damage the muscles and joints over time. So when your endocannabinoid system's out of balance, your other systems have to compensate, and that results in improper body function of many types and varieties. And here's another example. Let's say we experience body discomfort, the discomfort that we normally take like an over-the-counter compound for. What happens is this discomfort in the body is really because there's something out of balance in one of our systems which causes that discomfort in the first place. So it's not really where the discomfort is, like where we might feel that discomfort. There's really something going on with a system, right? So we pop a chemical remedy in the form of a pill or whatever, and it blocks the discomfort sensation we're feeling, but it doesn't go into our cells and supplement our body into balance. And that's what CBD oil does. If this discomfort or out of balance is because of your endocannabinoid system, then it actually goes in and it fixes the problem, or not fixes the problem, but it supplements the problem, right? And so like a fingerprint, everybody's endocannabinoid system is completely unique. However, studies show that people have common issues when their endocannabinoid system's out of balance. And so I'm going to list those for you too. But there's a long, long list, but here's a partial one. Addiction, anxiety, appetite, behavior, blood circulation, blood sugar imbalance, bone health, cardiovascular health, compulsiveness, developmental issues. All of these are endocannabinoid system. Digestive health, electrical disturbances, endocrine, eye, focus, headache, hormone imbalance, inflammation, joint discomfort, kidney, liver, lymphatic health, lung, immune, like right, memory loss, mental stability, motion sickness, muscle degeneration, tenderness, feeling sick to your stomach, nerve issues, reproductive health, respiratory, skin health, sleeplessness, spinal health, traumatic stress, weight management, and more. So if your endocannabinoid system isn't functioning correctly, your body has a difficult time regulating its emotions, your appetite, memory, and everything else that this awesome system is responsible for. And that, my dear friends, is where supplementing with CBD oil comes in. And it's so helpful for everybody. Um, it's why you're seeing CBD made from hemp right now, because after over 80 years of prohibition, this little blessing in a bottle is available. And the CBD industry is booming. In 2018, the industry was at around 600 million annually. And per Forbes and Rolling Stone, the CBD industry will be worth over 22 billion with a B billion dollars by 2022. So if you're looking for an opportunity to assist people in healing this way, here's what I would suggest trying out. The oil, this HempWorx oil is the purest on the market, which means not only is it organic and non-GMO, but pure also, what I've found out in this industry, means potent. So I'll drop my website link and you can pick an oil. If you have questions, you can always hit me up. I'll help you out. And another way to begin to get involved is by joining our testimonial group. If you're not in our testimonial group, it has over 80,000 clients. And it's so cool because they can all like share information with each other on specific issues, and they all help each other out, and how they're doing now, and they share all that. And it's really an awesome experience to read that and be a part of it. And you can look stuff up that may be affecting you or a loved one. So if you'd like to be added, you can comment, add me to that product testimonial group, and I'd be happy to do that for you. And if you're feeling that you'd like more than that, if you see a whole bunch of us, if you're on my thread, you're probably a healer. You see all us healers, getting all geeked out about CBD, and you want to see what it's like to have your own HempWorx business. You can comment, take the tour. I'd be happy to add you to my back office. And also I have a group where I can add you, and you could almost like begin your training. It's a really awesome group, and they break down the compensation plan for you and everything, and I'll be along with you 100% of the way too. And I'd also love for you to join my team. One of the reasons that I love this, I've really never felt this, like I was in the corporate world for a long, long time, is that we're mentored by these 6- and 7-figure conscious leaders, and they share not only do they share their cash, like with promotions and whatnot, but they share their wealth of knowledge and time so that we all have the opportunity to lift ourselves and lift others at the same time. It's really a beautiful thing. Along with all of the products. And so we have access to all of these things in a completely duplicable system. All of the training and website, email systems, everything's included, so you can provide a complete service for your tribe. So words cannot express how grateful I am personally. I mean, I know people were like, what? You're selling CBD oil? You have this healing business. I still have a healing business, but the two really actually go hand in hand. And for me, it's really all about service. It's really just a beautiful part of the journey for me. And I hope all of this information has been helpful for you. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you watch the replay, let me know that you stopped by and said hi. And that's all I have tonight. I hope you guys are doing well. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, you can always come back to the thread and ask them then. It is, yeah, see, I'm not seeing your comments on here. It is, love the oil. Hey, Catherine. It is a great group. It is. It's just every day in that group, like I want to cry of tears of joy, right? So thanks, you guys. I really appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about your endocannabinoid system tonight, and I wish you a beautiful evening. Talk to you later.